Joining me right now to assess the situation is the former Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo. Mr. Secretary, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for being here this weekend.
It's great to be with you. Thanks, Maria.
So what about now Iran and these issues in Syria? It feels like we are getting multiple threats on all different sides.
Yeah, Maria, it certainly does. If you take a look where we were, goodness, just 2.5 years ago from where we are today, I think Americans can feel and see that we are more at risk. We've now had an American contractor killed in Syria by an Iranian strike. Those same drones, or ones just like them, are killing innocent Ukrainians in support of the Russians. We can see that the policy of appeasement of Iran is failing the United States of America. It's increasing energy prices here at home. It's putting our soldiers, sailors, airmen at risk. It's putting our friends in Israel in enormous peril as well, as Iran continues to move down the path to a nuclear weapon and a nuclear weapons program. We had it right, Maria. We put real pressure on the regime, on the Ayatollah, on President Raisi. Those are the things that America can do. And when we do that, Israel will be our friend and our security partner. The Gulf states will see that. They won't engage in hedging behavior with the Chinese or the Iranians. America can get this right. We can make the Middle East more stable, more prosperous, and reduce risk here at home. The Biden administration just has it completely backwards.
Yeah, and you did do that, and you traveled the world doing it as your time as Secretary of State, not to mention what you've done at the CIA as well. But, Secretary, I want to get your take on this administration's response. It seems everything that happens, this administration comes out and says the same thing. We're not looking for conflict. I mean, Russia just downs one of our drones, and we say we're not looking for conflict. China sends a surveillance balloon traveling across the country. We're not looking for conflict. COVID-19, no investigation into the Wuhan lab. We're not looking for conflict. Now Xi Jinping is positioning himself as a power broker. He's inviting the Prime Minister of Spain to visit next week to discuss Russia's ongoing war with Ukraine. I find this troubling that now he's going into Western Europe as well to look like this power broker. He just returned from a 3-day summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin, and they ended with the two pledging to shape a new world order. What do you make of this new world order?
Maria, you just nailed it. The more the President of the United States repeats we're not looking for conflict, the more conflict we're going to find. It will come find us. This is deterrence 101. When you say that a minor incursion in Afghanistan into Ukraine might be okay, the Russians notice. When you flee Afghanistan and get 13 Americans killed, the Chinese Communist Party notices. When you let this balloon travel for 5 days, these guys all watch how America responds, and they will push and push and push until they meet steel. And to date, the Biden administration has shown that all they talk about is, gosh, we're afraid we're going to provoke someone. You provoke through weakness. And I wish they would figure this out, because until they figure this out, the wheels are going to keep coming off, Maria. We're going to see whether it's the Iranians, the North Koreans are firing more missiles every day. These are the kinds of things that the bad guys will put together, and they put every American family at risk.
So disturbing. And I'm just wondering if this is also what's behind the constant investigating of your former partner, President Trump. I mean, look, you've got New York's District Attorney Alvin Bragg investigating Donald Trump. We're all waiting to see if a former president is going to get indicted. Now we understand that the grand jury is going to reconvene next week. Is this all about look over here, not over here at the failings of this administration?
I think D.A. Bragg is just a political hack. I think he's prosecuting a claim that wouldn't be prosecuted in any other context but this one. And the real risk, it's not about any individual. The real risk is to our democracy and the American people's trust in our primary institutions like prosecutors to just get it right. Like when someone riots, prosecute them. When someone has classified information where they shouldn't, hold them accountable. All of these things are the things that we should do, regardless of party, regardless of politics. And we can see that in New York, that's not happening today. And this will further undermine, this will further erode the American people's confidence in the rule of law, basic understandings of how we proceed in America. There's an awful lot of risk to our republic if we continue down this path, Maria. We saw it at DOJ, we saw it at the FBI, we saw the Russia hoax during our time. These are the things that undermine the important institutions in America, and none of us can let that happen.
Well, we need real leadership, Mr. Secretary. Are you going to be announcing your presidency run soon?
We're getting close, Maria. We're getting close to a decision. My wife Susan and me, we're getting close to our decision. We'll make it in the next handful of weeks, and then we will stay in this fight, Maria. These things that I've been working on my entire adult life, we're going to stay at it. You can rest assured of that.
Yeah, you have been working on it your entire adult life, and we've been watching your leadership. Mr. Secretary, it's great to see you this weekend. Thanks so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Bless you. So long.
Mike Pompeo joining